Hello, I am Rembrandt. Have you ever heard of me? Give me a thumbs up if you've heard of Rembrandt van Rijn. Yes, so I am Dutch. I am the great Dutch master. Well, that means I am from Holland or the Netherlands, and I lived in the 1600s, and I was known for my use of light and for my Bible scenes and for expressions. So I loved to draw portraits as well. Well, today I'm going to teach you a little bit about drawing. Now, we will not draw a portrait. That was my favorite, but we're just going to talk about some basic drawing, some basic shapes, and some simple projects in case you haven't done too much drawing before. So, what I have here is a whiteboard, and I have a ruler, and a dry erase marker, and an eraser. Now, if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, an eraser, and a ruler, that will work for you too. I'm going to demonstrate on here. It's very easy for me to erase it. So while you are watching me draw, I can erase easily. Because you see, it's okay to erase. Not everybody becomes a Dutch master right from the beginning. You have to practice, practice, practice. But you can learn to draw if you break it down into steps. So let's first talk about some of the basic shapes of drawing. So first we have circle shapes. Now circle shapes are any open shapes. It can be a circle, but it could be an oval, or it could be kind of an amoeba shape. Any kind of unique shape you want it to be that is closed and circular. So those are the circle shapes. Now, something very similar to circle shapes are dot shapes. Dots are like circles, but they are filled in. So you can practice drawing some circle shapes, some dot shapes, and then I have my amoeba kind of dot shape, right? Now, the problem with dry erase is it doesn't color in as well, but you get the idea. So we have circle shapes, dot shapes, and now we are going to do a line shape. Okay, a line is just one way. You can do it vertically like that. You can do it horizontally. You can do it diagonally. And it can go different directions, right? So line, that's pretty easy to understand. It can also be filled in. So you have a thicker line. All right, next we have angled lines. Now I will start with, a right angle line actually. Is it too glary? It's a little glary. Turn. Can you see it okay? All right. So we have an angle line. So angle lines can be lots of different ways, right? It's basically like two connected lines that form an angle if you know math, right? And so last we have curved lines. Curved lines can be like a rainbow, like an S, like a rainbow, like waves, all kinds of curved lines, any direction, right? So you will see I've spelled out O-I-L-S. These are the elements of shape. We can remember them by the acronym OILS. Really by the way it looks, right? So circle shape, dot shape, line, angle shape, and curve line. Angle line, curve line. All right, so we're going to use these simple shapes, these are simple elements of shape to draw a few simple things. So I will erase my board. All right, so this is a very simple one. Let's just draw a big circle shape in the center. Now I will draw a vertical line. That means going from top to bottom, right down the middle. And we will add some dot shapes inside. We're going to do the same ones opposite. So really, by drawing a vertical line, I've created a mirror image. We're going to do the same thing on both sides. But you see, I don't like my dot. It doesn't look quite like that one. So I will erase it. It is okay to erase and change things so that you can make them the way you want them to be. Now, if I'd really wanted to do well, I should have used my ruler to draw a straight line. But you get the idea. We're going to move along because I have lots of things to show you. So I'm going to create a curved line from one side of the circle shape to the other, again, with that mirror image in mind. And from there, I'm going to do a curved line kind of out of part way up the side of that other curved line. Put a dot shape on the end and another curved line here. Put a dot shape. And then we're going to do little lines sticking out from the big circle shape and trying to make it a mirror image. All right, so this is like the simplest project, right? It's a ladybug, you get that. But I wanted you to do a very simple one so that you could see how we use all of our shapes. The one we didn't use was the angle line, right? We used curved lines, dots, circle shapes, and straight lines. So let's move on. Now, something that is not so easy to draw are trees, but let's be a little creative about how we could draw trees using some of our shapes. So, for example, we could just draw a straight line down. And then we could do a curved line, and we're going to do our curved line as a spiral. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to draw a curved line that wraps itself around and around and around. Okay, so that could be kind of a tree or a lollipop, really, right? But if we're going to be creative with our trees, we're going to put some little leaves. So those will be curved lines. You can add them wherever you want to create the effect of a very winsome little tree. Now, this is not reality. This is kind of like a cartoon tree. And you add as many leaves as you want to make your whimsical tree. Okay, not realistic, but now we can create some other trees, and pretty soon we'll have a forest of creative trees. If you want, you can add color to them, but I'm keeping it very simple with black and white. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's see if I can turn it. Yeah, you can see it well enough to get the idea, right? Oh, yes. Okay, yes, I saw that tree. Very good. So let's try one with lots of branches on it, right? So we're going to just start them all with a straight line up and down. And I'm not going to worry about my ruler yet. So from this tree, we're just going to, we want to give it a very long trunk. We're just going to stick a line out, another line out. We're just going to have a few lines at different curved, well, they're curved lines sticking out, so maybe some different lengths. And it does not have to be symmetrical, right? And that's the fun thing about art. Because I'm not being realistic today, we can make it into what we want it to be, right? It's however you want it to be, because you're the artist. If you want to get more realistic, then of course you're going to take more care But today we're just learning some fun parts. Okay, and then we just add little, so we've got all kinds of curved lines sticking out of our straight line, which is the trunk. Now we're just going to add some little lines sticking out and make it a very branchy tree. Now where I live, it is still winter and there are no leaves on the trees yet. So this is what our trees look like, very branchy. And you can even make smaller branches or curved or straight lines coming out from your smaller ones as well. So you fill in some branches. This is not beautiful for me because I'm going quickly. If I don't like something, I can just erase it. Right, so we have a branchy tree. And let's make another one, and this one we will draw a straight line. Okay, good. I see. Yep, there's a branchy tree. Nice. Okay, we've got some good drawings coming up here. All right, for this one, I am going to draw a big curved line, kind of make an oval shape around this. So this is kind of my line of symmetry. I'm going to put a dot here, and I'm going to aim from this dot to the top with a big curved line. I'm going to take my curved line over to the left, bring it up to the top. And then I'm going to try to mirror that on the other side. Okay, my line is a little wobbly in places, but it's okay. And so we have a sort of tree that is filled in, right? We're going to add some branches. This would be very fun in color. And this one we're going to create the mirror image by taking our branches. Whatever I do on the right side, I'm going to do on the left side as a mirror image. Now, when I teach this in my course, Drawing with Rembrandt, my videos might go a little faster than this, because sometimes I speed it up because you don't want to sit there for hours watching me color things in or drawing in lines, right? But that is where, if you use that course, you can pause it so you can catch up. But right now we are doing this all together. So it takes some time to fill in all of these things. I'm also doing very simple projects today. But in my course, I do take us from these simple projects into some more complex projects, just like I do have a Egyptian mask that we get to draw. We draw a knight and a castle, so there are some different, more complex things. We add more perspective, like these are flat, right? But we can add perspective to some of them. But when you're starting out, you just need to practice drawing the different shapes. Yes, very nice, Matilda. I like your trees. And boys, I don't know your names. And some of you don't have your faces, so I don't know if you're actually watching still and doing the project, and that is okay. Okay, so now, we need just the basic. There's that, and we're going to draw a basic triangle around it. There's another type of tree. You can add things to them. Let's do kind of a fun, whimsical one. We're actually going to make more than just a line up and down. For this trunk, we're going to create a trunk. So we're going to do a curved line, kind of like that. And then a curved line opposite. And draw a straight line to connect those two curved lines together at the bottom. And then we're going to go from here. I'm going to do a curved line that's kind of a spiral that comes in, touches that line and goes up, touches the line of part of our trunk. Okay. And that I can take around and do some more spiral. I'm going to take the same thing on the other side. I'm going to start it up here and spiral and come back down here, come up, spiral like this. And then we're just going to add some more fun spirals wherever you feel like it off of it to create a very whimsical, cartoony feeling tree. Now, I, as an artist, Rembrandt, am a very realistic type painter. We did not have abstract art when I was painting and drawing. Okay, yes, we have a nice forest of trees. All right, we could go on for a while making more trees, but I have kind of an April Fool's joke drawing that I think would be fun to do. So let's erase this or get a fresh piece of paper. And I'm going to get my ruler and draw. I think I want to use a different whiteboard on top. Okay, so I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to draw a vertical line pretty much as possible in the middle of my paper or my whiteboard. That's a little off at the top here. I can erase it, make it a little better. Now, when I draw this line of symmetry, I should have said this before, but you don't want to make it too dark because we're going to end up erasing it. It's just a guide for us. And that is what helps us with learning to draw. And sometimes we have guides, just even shapes that we make. You can make a circular shape and out of it is, a circular shape. And out of it, we're going to create the body of a camel or a bird. And it's not going to be all those lines at the end. So these are guides for us as we draw. So we have our line of symmetry. So from our line of symmetry, I'm going to start over here and I'm going to put, I'm going to draw on the right side a circle shape. And on the left side, opposite it, we're going to create a mirror image of another circle shape. Now, if your circles are not quite right, see, I feel like my circle is a little low on this side. So I will erase it. See, I make mistakes, so you feel better. So it's okay to erase and try again. So I'm going to try again, get it at the right level, and the right distance, and the right shape. I keep going a little low. Maybe it's a little far for me to reach right now. So maybe I will even take my ruler and see what level I should be at to draw that. And how far. So okay, but it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, and inside of those circle shapes, I'm going to draw a dot shape. Then I'm going to connect these two dots or two circle shapes with a curved line. So I'm going to start in about the middle of this circle, draw a curved line to the right, to the middle of the other circle. Now, underneath this curved line, I'm going to create a couple of dots. And then I'm going to come out from, let's start with the left eye. I'm going to come out when I say left eye, I wonder if you see it the same way I do. I don't know if this is your left, but I'm going to bring a curved line out from this circle shape, and then it's going to come down. It's actually going to be an angled line. And we're going to do a mirror image on this side. I'm going to make my lines a tad longer. And then I'm going to connect them with a straight line. So I will use my ruler. I want this to look a little nicer than my whimsical trees. And I'm going to connect from my two angled lines with a straight line. Now, I don't need this line of symmetry right here, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this little portion. It's just a guide. All right, so now I'm going to draw a dot way down here on my line of symmetry. So I don't know how well you can see my dot, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as a place to aim for. Because sometimes when we're drawing big curved lines, we don't know where we're going and it just doesn't turn into the shape we want, right? So I'm going to start over here on the left side, right where this straight line on the bottom connects to our angled line. And there's a little corner, basically. I'm going to use that as my starting point, and I'm going to draw a big curved line down to this point here. So I'll go but I really want it to be a little rounder, so I'm going to make it a little bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and erase it. You do not have to erase yours. You can stick with yours. I just, show you that along the way I make mistakes or I do not like it, so I erase and I try again. Drawing is really all about practice. And once you get to a certain level, you can make it exactly what you want. I am not going to make it exactly what I want today, just to model it for you. Okay, so now I have a big curved line, and I'm going to do a mirror image on this side of the line of symmetry from where we have the joining of these two angled lines. Okay, so I can come out from here. I can either start from the bottom and bring it up and around, or I can start up here. So I will try to match it by coming down and to my dot. And this got a little wavy, so I'll fix that. I can erase and redraw lines as I like. All right, now I have a big fat rounded shape, right? And out of it, I'm going to bring, we're going to go down about 2/3 of the way and make a little dot. And from there, I'm going to draw an angled line like this. And we're going to create a mirror image on this side. So see if you can find about 2/3 way down the dot. And we're going to draw a line here that comes back in to the right. Oh yeah, I think I will redo mine. Doesn't look quite mirror. Now, mirror image can be very tricky because you're trying to do exactly the opposite of what you did on the first side. So it looks like if you put a mirror in between, it would just be the reflection, right? It's a little better. I can always go back and change it and improve it, but we will move on from now. And I'm going to go ahead and erase my line of symmetry here. Don't think I'll really need it there either. So at the bottom here, where these two angled lines come out from the rounded part, the circle shape, well, it's really a curved line, isn't it? I'm going to create more curved lines, and I'm going to go from the bottom of this angled line and make some curved lines that match to this one. So my curved lines are going to be sort of like a rainbow curved lines. So I'm going to make a rainbow shape there, there. I'm going to make a series of them across. And it's not, it didn't match because I'm going to change that leg, right? It's not quite the mirror image. There we go. I like that better. So I'll erase some extra dots. Okay, so now we have these funny kind of shape down here. We're going to add a big rainbow curved line right here. I think we'll add a curved line here as well. And this one's going to be kind of a squiggly. Then we will add an angled line. First we'll go horizontally and then angle it down like a 7. And we want 2 small rainbow looking curved lines that are symmetrical. We don't have our line of symmetry anymore, but you have the idea. Okay, so this is our finished picture. What on earth did we draw? What does that look to you like?
Is it a fish?
An alien. It's an alien.
It's a what?
Alien. Alien.
An alien. Ah, maybe an alien. Okay, it is actually a frog.
Oh, a frog.
The frog has a very big belly, and its legs, maybe you're confused. You see, this is the water line, okay? But it's a trick, right? April Fool's Day. It's not just a frog, because if you turn it upside down, now what do you see?
Oh, it's Rembrandt.
It's a prince. Oh, maybe it's Rembrandt. Maybe. Yes. So it's supposed to be a frog one way and a prince the other. It may not turn out perfectly, right? But yeah, and my video is not catching it. We were going to use a different camera, you know, but for some reason the other camera wasn't working. So we're using a computer camera. That's what you have to do. All right. So that is our April Fool's kind of drawing. So if you drew it on paper, now you can show it to somebody today and wish them a happy April Fool's Day.